Hello and welcome back to the Nerd Melon Show. Today we analyze a niche subset of comic book collecting for superhero interpretations of modern day political figures. We pit two of the most popular and influential American politicians against each other. That's former President Donald Trump and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in a comic book battle of the bureaucrats. Comic books featuring these two political figures far outsell any other political comic book on the market, so today we will analyze those sales and see who is the most popular politician superhero. Stay tuned for the skirmish of the civil servant. Find out who wins at pop culture next. Former President Donald Trump is considered by some to be the quintessential politician, with all of the over-the-top stereotypical characteristics associated with the platform, often mirroring that of his character in The Apprentice, rather than the steward of dignity and stature usually associated with the Oval Office. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a young, social media savvy environmental activist hailing from the Bronx. Her spitfire attitude and fighting spirit make her a cunning tigress in a den of alpha males. There is no love lost between these two polar opposite politicians.
Our main priority is to ensure the removal of Donald Trump as president.
AOC, a real beauty.
Every minute and every hour that he is in office represents a clear and present danger.
Not good at anything, but she's got a good line of crap, I'll tell you.
I don't think he knows how to deal with a girl from the Bronx.
Not a good student.
You're either with the people or you're with that mob.
Did she go to college? Tell me, did she? Because I don't know.
Complete barring
She has no clue.
of Donald Trump from running for office.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
I wonder if Republicans understand how much they advertise their disrespect of women.
They said, that's not her name, sir. I said, no. I don't have time to go with 3 different names. We'll call her Cortez.
When they consistently call women members of Congress by nicknames.
A wonderful young bartender.
I'm gonna say no.
Regardless, they are both extremely popular with their base, and both have successfully crossed over into the pop culture world with their own comic book titles, variant covers, and collectible figures. Our battle today will be a best of 3, so the first superhero politician to hit 2 points will be the winner. First, we're going to look at the highest selling superhero politician comic book out there, then the lowest selling. Then if there's still a tie, we're just going to do a title count. And the superhero politician with the most comic titles on the market will be the winner. Okay, round 1. We're going to look at the highest ever selling auction sale for a political comic. It's either going to be Trump or AOC, but when we were doing the research for this one, we pulled up all of the political comics. So we gathered not only Trump and AOC, but also Obama, Bernie Sanders, you name it. We included it on the list. And when we did our sort from most expensive to least expensive, we found something interesting. The top 38 spots were all Trump and AOC comics. Way down at number 39 was this copy of An Amazing Spider-Man with Obama on the cover, also signed by ex-President Barack Obama, which sold for about $400 earlier this year. But it really goes to show that Trump and AOC are the king and queen of political superheroes here. Obama was a super popular president. This comic was signed by him, and it's still only ranked at number 39 overall. For AOC, her highest selling comic was this copy of Freshman Force number 1. It had some signatures on there, but none of them are from AOC herself. This was graded at 9.8 with that yellow signature series label from CGC. This sold for $1,300 in September of this year. It was a buy it now auction from eBay. For Trump, this copy of The Incapable Trump was restricted to just 200 copies, so manufactured rare, but rare nonetheless. And we get that this title is an attempt to mock the former president, but we just see that as being the difference between superhero and supervillains. In this case, Trump's being treated as a supervillain, and many collectors like myself like the supervillains better than the heroes anyway. This copy was graded at 9.6 by CGC. There are some signatures on this one as well. They do not appear to be from Trump. It got that qualified green label instead of the yellow signature series label. In any case, this copy sold for $4,500. Point to Trump. Next on round 2, we take a detour down Golden Turd Boulevard. This is the Graded Golden Turd Award, given to comics graded at a perfect 9.8, but that still sell for less than the fees it costs to grade them. Why? Because a mint condition turd is still just a turd. We've done videos on this in the past if you want to check those out. So that's what round 2 is going to be all about. The superhero civil servant with the least amount of this prestigious award will be the winner of the round. It's easy to find recipients for this award by using a simple search on nerdmelon.com. The lowest tier CGC grading fees are $22, so we always set the cutoff at $20. We ran the search and found the following results. For AOC, she came very close on 6 different sales. Remember, if she loses this round, then Trump gets the point and becomes the king of pop culture. But technically, none of these 6 sold for less than $20, so AOC is safe for now, as long as Trump has some serious crap sales out there. If not, we would have to raise that $20 limit until we find a winner. And this one from AOC that sold for just $25 is cutting it pretty close. Donald Trump's results were quite a bit different. He didn't have as many close calls. However, this copy of Mental #1, featuring Trump and Kanye West on the cover, did in fact sell for just $17, earning it the coveted Graded Golden Turd Award, meaning Trump loses the round, and the round 2 point goes to AOC. And with that win by AOC, we're forced into a tie-breaking third round. For this round, we're simply going to count the number of comic book titles featuring our 2 contestants. We believe that the number of appearances in comics directly correlates to popularity. Take, for example, Wolverine, a very popular character. He's got a number of his own titles. He's appearing in other titles, movies, etc. And then take, for example, Puck, another Canadian superhero. He's from Saskatchewan. Not a very popular character, so he's not appearing in anybody's movies or his own comic book titles. Appearances equals popularity. And besides, Trump is always talking about ratings, and ultimately this round is about ratings, so let's dive in and see who wins. For AOC, she had a total of 10 different titles or variant covers. Some of these are the same comic with different covers, but having numerous covers is also a strong sign of popularity. But Donald Trump has just been around way longer. With just his political stuff, we counted a total of 26 different covers and variants. There were more if you included his older stuff from his days with hanging out with Hugh Hefner in the grotto. But this makes sense, right? Trump was president of the biggest and strongest country in the world. He had many, many more eyes on him and his actions. Many of these eyes were hostile too. Making fun of Donald Trump became mainstream during his presidency. Many of these comics were one-off variant covers to other comic titles where the artist just wanted to join in on the Orange Man bad trend. But we also don't want to take away from his win here. It was one of those variant covers that won the Golden Turd, after all. And remember that Trump won round 1 against AOC by selling the most expensive comic between the two of them. The former president has some highly sought-after rarities, which make good investments. And today we only looked at comic books, but Trump was the only political candidate to have collectibles in all 4 collecting categories on Nerd Melon. Of course, there were comics, but he also had Funko Pop figures, video games, and even a Pokemon card. I can't think of another person, political or not, fictional or not, who has crossed over into all 4 categories. And so there we have it. Former US President Donald Trump wins at pop culture. It is a bittersweet victory, however, because most of the comic titles he appears in appear to be the mocking satirical type, but a win is a win. I'm sure that will make half of you extremely happy and the other half extremely furious. But just remember, it's only comic books.